So I know some of you may not be able to sit through the whole thing. We are going to make an announcement at the very end of this, so hopefully most of you can stick around. I know that some people are jumping in and out of Facebook, so we've got a bunch of you guys here. And let's just see here. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, how is everybody? I know, hopefully everyone was able to like get on here. Do we have a lot of people from all over, or most of them are from North America?
I think most of them are from North America. Liz, are you able to see the attendees panel there?
I can see chat. Let me see participants.
Okay, hold on. No, let me make you a co-host.
There you go.
Oh yeah, attendees, I can see that.
There.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, now hands up for you guys. When we talk, and whoever's talking, is it the person talking screen pops up? Can you, if that's the case, let us know in the chat. Oh, perfect. Sweet.
Yeah, Zoom works pretty well. I'm pretty impressed with it.
Yeah, no, and it's awesome that we can sort of go live on Facebook as well.
Yeah, this is really cool. Awesome. All right, well, hi guys.
All right, wow, we have as many people on Facebook as here. So, well, why don't we start it off? My name is Jesse, and this is Jasmine. We're the co-founders here at Neiru, and we're really excited to be. I mean, we've been working with Liz for a while now, right? And
yeah.
She's sort of our resident Neiru business sensei, and she's done an amazing job inside of there. And she happens to also be a distributor for Leafgel just recently, and we're really excited to have her part of the team, and that we have some special access to information from her. So Liz, with Leafgel, when did that sort of come out to North America?
So Leafgel, the whole background behind how this whole like Nail Hub collaboration got started was back in about October of last year. I got contacted by Sean Kim, who he's actually my partner with Leafgel here in North America. And so he reached out to me and said, hey, I've got this great product that, we're wanting to bring over to North America from Japan. And I know nothing about nails, so can you help me? And so we started with that. And since October, I've been working with the Leafgel team, and we've been just growing it here in North America. So it's been a pretty cool venture since then.
Sweet. And yeah. What's Herman's role in terms of everything? And I know Herman.
Do I have a role? I'm just the pretty face.
Herman's my new boss.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Herman makes sure that Herman keeps me working. So. No, Herman has a ton of experience with distribution as well. So his family has done import, export, and distribution for decades. And also Herman is also a lot of the brains behind the Nail Hub. He's kind of like my silent partner up until recently. A lot of the management and customer service education that I give, and also the emails we write and stuff like that under the Nail Hub, and also Neiru content as well. Herman helps me out with that. He's really, really good at it. So Herman's been working in management and customer service for a really long time. And as of 2 weeks ago, right? 2 weeks ago, Herman quit corporate America and he's in the nail industry now. So
congratulations.
Yeah. So
it's
this
official.
is awesome. So
and that's why it explains you guys are on the road right now.
Yeah. So we've been on the road for a little bit, just enjoying our newfound freedom and having fun. So it's really cool because there's nothing better than having your partner, help you out with your job. So
for sure.
Yeah. So he's gonna be helping me with a lot of the distribution stuff. As you guys know, I do a lot of content, and so I really want to focus on the content piece. That's where I feel like I'm the best used. And so Herman's gonna be helping me with all of the business stuff in the background and making sure that our distribution continues to run smoothly and continues to grow. So it'll be awesome.
Great, awesome. Yeah. I think we have everybody here. So again. For those who, I know a bunch of you guys just jumped in right now. We're hosting our live hangout with Liz and Herman, who are also part of Neiru and part of the Nail Hub, and they're distributors for Leafgel. And we're going to be talking about Leafgel today. On Facebook, I know a couple of you guys are mentioning that it's a little bit laggy, so hopefully this sort of settles. We're not actually streaming through Facebook, we're using a platform called Zoom, so there might be a little bit of a disconnect, but we're going to figure out how to get this up and available for you guys to rewatch at a later time.
For sure.
So Liz, we've got a bunch of questions. Everybody sort of submitted their questions, but before we jump right into the questions, why don't you share with us, more about Leafgel and sort of where is it in Japan? How did it come out here? And tell us a little bit more about the product.
For sure. Okay, so Leafgel Premium is the technical name of the product, and it's actually the #1 selling gel brand in all of Asia right now. Their biggest areas are China and Korea, and then they also have it, they're from Japan, so they sell quite a bit in Japan as well. So a lot of the major stores like TAT already have been carrying it for a long time, and the company's been around for a while. So this isn't like a brand new company. It is brand new to North America. It hasn't had a presence here. And as you guys all know, as part of the Neiru community, it's very difficult to get high quality Japanese brands here in the US for a litany of reasons. So I was really excited about this opportunity to help, another great Japanese brand come over here and have a presence here. And so that's kind of how this company has started. And then basically, for those of you that missed in the beginning, so I've got a partner, Sean Kim. He's in New York City. He actually is the guy that I partnered with to help him bring Leafgel over here. So I'm the North American distributor. So the Nail Hub is the North American distributor for Leafgel Premium. We're in charge of all of the product sales and all of that. And then Sean and I are partnered on helping to grow the education team, helping to grow the marketing, the exposure, and the education of the product as well. And so, this with Neiru as well, we've been working together just to promote. You guys are all about high quality Japanese nail art and Japanese products. So what better way to bring, all this information to you guys. So.
And I know you're also using Leafgel now.
No.
And I know that Jasmine got certified in Japan as well for Leafgel. So it's been a great experience so far with Leafgel, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, they're a really nice company. So they've been a pleasure to work with. Yeah.
Awesome. Can I get a raise of hands from people? Are you guys all here? Just want to double check. Yeah, okay, perfect.
I love the little hands. That's awesome.
Skyrocketing now.
Yeah.
You know what? Do you want to sort of explain more about the product itself? Do you want to jump into some questions?
Yeah, for sure. I think, so I was looking at your guys' questions, and it looks like a lot of them were centered around kind of what's different about Leafgel. And so I wanted to kind of go into some of the major things that Leafgel tried to achieve with this brand and what kind of the traits of the product are. And some of you I know have already used Leafgel a little bit. I know there's quite a few Neiru members that have purchased some or won some. And so you guys probably have a little bit of experience with this as well. So Leafgel Premium, like any Japanese brand, comes in small containers, right? And the idea behind Japanese products in general is that it's quality over quantity. So you are always going to find really great pigmentation. You're going to find a really silky texture. Leafgel Premium is a completely soak off line, which is really nice. So instead of it being this brand where they have all of these different formulations of builders and bases and top coats and, extension gels and all of these different things that can be a little bit confusing, I would say Leafgel offers really high quality gel without a lot of that confusing, complicated type of product line. So everything's very straightforward. They've got a few base coats to choose from, a couple, and then they've got one main soak-off builder gel. They've got top coats, and then they've got their color gel line. So what you'll find with, again, any Japanese brand, the pots are smaller, but you're going to use less product because of the pigmentation. So you're not having to apply 5 coats of dark color to get it to actually pay off. With just 1 or maybe even 2 coats, you've got what you're looking for. The other thing that Leafgel did that's very different from a lot of brands is that they formulated a gel that is specifically made for nail art. So one of the things that's special about it is that it doesn't have a big inhibition layer when it cures. So that uncured gel on top of the surface after we cure our nails, just in case you guys aren't aware, that inhibition layer is actually uncured gel. And the reason why it's uncured is most gel formulas, when they're exposed to oxygen while curing, that surface layer that hits oxygen doesn't actually fully cure. So that's why if you were to put saran wrap over the nail and cure it, it actually would be perfectly clean when you peel off the saran wrap. So Leafgel decided to make their formula completely kind of tack-free. You will have a teeny bit of tack, but mainly tack free and none of that greasy inhibition layer, because they wanted artists to be able to paint even wet gel on top of wet gel and it doesn't feather and bleed. And also when you're doing fine lines and fine details, you're not getting that blurring and that feathering that happens with a lot of nail art brands. After you're painting, you could do all 10 nails of nail art and it wouldn't move on you. So that's what's really nice about the brand. It does self-level. It can be completely used smoothly over the surface of the nail, but it's also really great for nail art. So it allows you to achieve both. So those are kind of the big things about the brand. Some of the other things is that, they formulated it. I think someone brought up in their questions about shrinking. So that is a problem we have as nail techs, right? We get the perfect application. Everything looks so clean and close to the skin. We go and cure the nail. It comes out and we're like, what the heck? Everything just pulled away and now everything shrunk, right? And same thing, when gel hardens, there is a little bit of shrinking that happens, kind of like when you bake brownies. So same idea, except some formulas don't shrink as much as others because of the way they formulated the gel brand. And Leafgel Premium is one of those. They spent a lot of time formulating a gel brand that does not shrink. And so if you get that perfect clean color application and you cure it, your nail's gonna look exactly the same coming out of the lamp as it did going in. So that's really great for things like if you've ever had issues where the free edge gets exposed after curing, or you've got issues where the top coat shrinks back and kind of makes that Swiss cheese look on the nail. You won't have any of that with Leaf Gel. So that's something I really appreciate about the work they've put into the formula.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And all of that has been tried, tested, and confirmed in these babies, right?
I tried everything.
How often do you get to
Herman
be
can
a
attest
guinea
to all
pig?
of it. Yeah. And also Herman can attest to the fact that it's also really user friendly. Someone else had asked about, is it good for beginners? I would say Leaf Gel is great for everybody from beginners to really advanced nail artists because it is really easy to use. There aren't any tricks or anything special you need to know in order to get started with it. Right. It's very straightforward. And that's what I kind of like about it, is that it's kind of one of those tried and true products. So Herman I gave him just gel and said, try this. I want to see if you can figure out how to use it. And he did great. So
if I can do it, exactly.
Yeah.
If I can.
That's all I need to
say. So some of you are asking, now that I said that, can any base coat be used? Okay, so the base coat, obviously with any gel brand, there are a lot of artists that mix and match their favorite products, okay? And I think if you have the product knowledge, I'll say yes, you definitely can get into mixing product lines. But product knowledge is something that takes a lot of time to develop and a lot of education. So if you haven't spent a lot of time learning about, gel formulations and how base coats work and how color layers work, I would recommend for your own sake to just stick with the same product. So I always tell people, you can do whatever you want up until your colors, but you need to do your base, and that builder gel needs to match. And then if it's a clean nail or a buff nail, you can switch into a different brand. So I would say that if you're willing to take the time to have whatever clear overlay on the nail first, clean it, buff it, and then go into your nail art, yes, you can definitely use Leaf Gel after your other products that you already own. But there are some tricks there that you need to make sure you're doing to make sure that, those different inhibition layers and those different formulas don't cause problems for you. So that's something that takes a little bit of education to make sure it's going to last on your customer. And I always tell people, don't experiment on your customers, okay? If you're going to try anything, make sure you do it on a bunch of people, make sure you test it out, and then,
your husband. Yeah,
your husband. And then you can start doing it on paying clients. But, I really urge people not to get into mixing and matching if you don't have a lot of experience doing that.
Right. Yeah. I hear this, or I think we get this kind of question a lot. Do the gels come in polished bottles, or do they come in little pots? And we always see questions about little polished bottles, but I'll let you take that one.
Yeah, so Leaf Gel does have a polish type. They call it Leafgel Premium Polish type. And it does come in little bottles. The polish type is totally different than the potted gels. So it is a soak-off gel as well, but they made it so that it was kind of like a, what would you call it? You've used it. Kind of more of like a straightforward, simple polish type line. So it's only got 20 colors. It's got some basic colors and a couple of glitters. It's got a base and a top coat. The colors in the polish type bottles are actually base and top coat optional. So you can apply it straight on the nail if you want to for a quick manicure, and it soaks off. It cures with no tacky layer. So you can literally just paint on the color on your nail if you want some quick nails for the weekend. Herman tried both ways. So again,
yeah, those were
my
the
guinea
easiest
pig.
one to use. Absolutely. It was just one of those things where you can just, use right away and be off and running. Just a much more simplified version of the potted ones. And again, with a quarter of the colors or less.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So I would say the polish type is great, but it's one of those things where if you're if you're brand new to gel nails and you're really uncomfortable with potted gels, you could definitely try those first. They're also great for nail art, so you can still use them for nail art, put them on a palette, use a smaller detail brush if you want to, but they're kind of a different thing than the potted gels. So the potted gels are going to be a different consistency. They're meant for doing kind of more of that advanced nail art and, the kind of, I guess, longer lasting application. The polish type was made more for kind of that quick in between type of scenario where you just want something really quick, maybe on your toes, or we have a lot of editorial artists in New York City that work Fashion Week and do magazine covers and stuff, and they love the polish type because it's so quick and easy. So again, they can just paint it on their models. It dries, it cures completely clean and dry. So that is a nice advantage to it. But I would say my personal suggestion I would say that for what I know about Neiru artists, right, and what the lessons you guys are learning inside of Neiru.me, I would say you're better off doing the potted gels. And also because, people always go back and forth with bottles, right? Like, I think it's because we're used to nail polish and we want something that comes in a convenient package. But I would say for the longevity of your nail career and getting into more advanced styles of nail art and advanced types of education and application, getting comfortable with potted gels is really important because it's going to allow you to go more advanced into different types of nail art that you see. So polish type gels are great, but they tend to have a sacrifice there. And so I think the potted gels, especially for Japan, that's their forte, is those amazing potted gel colors. And so I would recommend you guys stick with that if you're looking at getting into the nail art side of the game. So
now there might be a bit of confusion here. I noticed somebody asked here, is the pot gel, is this a hard gel?
No, it's not. So everything inside Leafgel Premium is soak off. Every single product you see, the top coats, the base coats, the builder gels, the color gels, the polish type, everything that's Leafgel Premium is a soak off product, which is nice. Yep. We used to, back in the day, call them hard gels and soft gels, right? We don't use soft gel as much anymore because there's a lot of soak-off gels that feel rock hard, just like hard gel or acrylic. So really the difference is a hard gel cannot be soaked off with solvents like acetone. A soak-off gel can. So all the Leafgel Premium gels can be soaked off, but I'm not going to say they're soft gels because the builder gels do feel rock hard. I mean, you can make extensions with them and everything.
Okay. I think this is a good question here. Somebody asked, what's sort of the big difference between leaf gel and other sort of lines of gel?
Oh, for sure. So one of the things I would say, especially because I own everything, Herman, I own everything. Yeah. My whole nail room is full of nail products. And so I love testing things too. And I always ask this, like, what's new about this? What's different? I would say that I really like the texture. So leaf gel to me reminds me a little bit of Ace gel. It has more quantity in the jar. Okay, so Ace gel typically has 2 grams of gel in the jars. And also Ace gel we cannot get here in North America, well, at least in the United States. I don't know about Canada. Jasmine, can you guys import Ace gel? I think from what I understand in the United States, we can't import Ace gel because you can probably get friends to buy it for you, but we can't actually officially import Ace gel because of the ingredients they have in their products are not approved by our governmental agencies for beauty products. So not that it's dangerous or anything, it's just that they don't use stuff that falls under the guidelines of whatever it is. So I do have a couple Ace gels, but only because a friend, brought them back from Japan for me. And so I would say that leaf gel reminds me a lot of Ace gel. It's got that really smooth texture to it. It self-levels really nicely. It also doesn't have any solvents in it, similar to like Accents gel, so it doesn't dry out. That's one issue I had with some of my other gel lines. Even in the pot, it would get kind of this crusty, dry layer on the top because it is air drying a little bit. So I like the fact that leaf gel doesn't change consistency at all, and it gives you that really nice silky texture to do everything from gradation to detailed nail art to full color. So that's what I really like about it. And again, it does have slightly more in the jar than a lot of those gel brands I've purchased from Japan. A lot of them are 2-3 grams. So Leafgel Premium has 4 and 5 grams depending on the effect gels and stuff like that. So you do get a little bit more for that. And the price point, I would say, from the gels that I've purchased from Japan, I mean, you're talking it could be $38 for a teeny jar. And so, you know, our US pricing, that was one of the things I was like, we need to make sure that this is something that isn't like $40 a jar to bring over here. So I would say that for the price point as well, you're getting really high quality Japanese gel for a really good price, especially for the fact that it's imported and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And as the resident guinea pig, something that I noticed was that even, especially when using it with the leaf gel lamp, it cures with very low heat.
Yeah.
And that's something that actually, again, as the guinea pig, I've noticed throughout a lot of brands that have gone on these things. I was amazed with just how hot that stuff can get. Hearing it.
My hands.
Yes, and I couldn't believe it at first. I'm like, really? People do this? they put themselves through this, and I experienced almost zero heat from the Leaf Gel Premium with the Leaf Gel lamp.
Yeah.
So that to me jumped out.
Yeah.
You know, big time. So.
Yeah, I did an extension on Herman, and I do a lot of extensions on Herman, believe it or not. And I
don't go out much, so. You know.
Herman, let's see those nails.
Yeah.
No, they're clean right now.
Yeah. So I've done plenty of extensions, you know, sculpted nails on Herman, and he is very sensitive to heat. And so that was another thing, like you said, the builder gels and the clear gels especially, much lower heat than you'll find with a lot of the other brands that I've tried. So that's a great point.
I'm going to interrupt here. I know a lot of you guys are on, well, a few of you guys are on Facebook, and you guys cannot see the conversation or the chat. The chat is through Zoom, and there was sort of a sign-up process for that. So unfortunately, if you guys don't see the comments or the chats happening inside of Zoom, you can still leave your questions on Facebook. We're going to try to get around some of these questions that are being asked. So feel free to leave your comments on the Facebook stream as well.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Let's take on another question here. Can you talk about which lamp works if you don't? So if you don't have a leaf gel lamp, like Jasmine, you don't use a leaf gel. What kind of lamp do you use?
I'm using from Japan. It's pre-gels.
Right. So she's using another lines of, and then you have one up here too, which is, I think it's Accents. Is it the Luxio?
Yeah.
The Luxio
Both
lamp.
works.
Yeah. And any issues with that?
No, nothing.
And Liz, can you sort of explain a little bit about that? Do they need to be using leaf gel's lamp?
So, okay, I'm a huge fan of talking about lamps because this is something that I find is like really frustrating as a nail technician. So a lot of you guys have probably heard like you have to use the lamp that comes with your brand, right? And I'm going to talk, I want to kind of back up for a second. I'll kind of give you guys the whole fundamental thing behind lamps so that you understand this, because a lot of manufacturers just say, yes, you have to buy the lamp that matches our brand. Okay, let's back up for a second. The reason why manufacturers say that is because they have only tested the lamp that they offer with their gel line, and lamps are not measured only by wattage, okay? So you'll see like 3-watt lamps, 9-watt lamps, 12-watt lamps, all the way up to like 48-watt lamps now. And really what that's telling you is the wattage of the LEDs, so how many LEDs are in there or the size of the LEDs, etc. Okay. With leaf gel, I'll tell you that leaf gel doesn't need a lot of ultraviolet light to cure properly. I've tried everything from the really teeny tiny pocket cell phone size lamps all the way up to really high powered lamps, and everything cures it great. Herman was trying it with like a little teeny lamp and it worked great. But the reason why brands say that is because in order for them to be able to cover the manufacturer warranty or any liability issues that happen with your gel not curing, of course they don't want to cover an issue where you used a different person's lamp with this gel line and you're like, this doesn't work, your gel line doesn't work. They don't want to cover those types of things because it's not fair, right? It's like, you know, what's like a good analogy that we could use of like something that would void like a warranty?
Well, any manufacturer does the same thing.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
so if you're replacing a part in your Honda and you use an aftermarket part or whatever, they're going to say, well, even if that part works perfectly fine, it fit, form, and function are exactly the same. we still don't know about it. So, you know, we can't warrant.
It's kind of outside their control. And so that's why a lot of brands say, for the sake of kind of like what I was saying about mixing and matching gel brands, right? The most simple thing is to use the lamp that goes with the line that you're going to use, right? That way you just kind of eliminate any curing issues, or it's under curing, it's over curing. And so that's what a lot of people are talking about, is like, for the sake of people not having the product knowledge to make those lamp choices, and also the fact that to measure ultraviolet output on a lamp is very difficult and requires very expensive equipment, and nail techs aren't going to buy equipment like that. So in order for you to know for sure, right, that it's curing perfect the way the manufacturer intended, you're going to want to buy the lamp that goes with the brand. But I will tell you that Leaf Gel does cure with every type of lamp I've ever put it in. Baby lamps, big high-powered hybrid lamps, it works with everything. So that's another advantage to it. Some other gel lines, they need more UV light in order to cure. And so again, that's something that you're going to want to take into consideration with any gel line that you purchase, is make sure that you've got the product knowledge to make sure that things are working properly. But don't expect anybody to back you up if you're mixing and matching. That's where a lot of nail techs go wrong, is you can experiment as much as you want, but the manufacturer can't guarantee that, because they can't be responsible for every single experiment that you do or every single combination of things that you do. So that's really where we as nail techs need to be responsible with what we're doing and take ownership over that experimentation. So I think that that's, you know, a nice benefit of Leaf Gel in general, is that it does cure with, I mean, every lamp I've tried. I own, I think, like 8 lamps. I've tried it with all of them, including the little teeny tiny ones. So that's a really nice advantage to it. One way, just quickly wrap this up, one way to test if it's curing, if you guys are worried about it, if you guys take a nail form and paint some of the gel on your nail form and stick it in a lamp, peel the gel off and see if it's actually cured all the way through. That'll tell you if your lamp is actually penetrating the gel enough to cure it from the bottom to the top. So if you guys are really curious about whether or not your gel is curing in the lamp, do it. Just paint a nice medium coat as you would on a nail, put it on a nail form, cure it in your lamp, and just see, is it goopy underneath? Did it cure all the way through? What's happening with it? Did it yellow? You know, usually if it yellows or discolors, it means it's over curing. There's a lot of ways to check that as well. So hopefully that helps.
No, that's great. For all the guys on Zoom, feel free to start throwing up your questions. I'm going to try to read them out to Liz as she we do have a lot of pre-submitted questions from Jasmine's previous emails this past week. Yep. So we're just going to choose through that list. But if you guys do have questions, both on Facebook and on Zoom, go ahead and ask them. We'll chew through them. Now we have another question here. Is Leaf Gel pure odorless gel?
Yes. So as I had mentioned before, it is the potted gels are solvent free. So they don't have any smell to them whatsoever. There's no fumes or anything like that. And they also don't have issues like discoloration, or, you know, they won't dry out. They won't, you know, like even the polish type. I know some of you guys have had issues where the chemical ingredients in your gel polish have actually eaten at the brush a little bit. Like sometimes the solvents in your gel polish will eat the plastic of the actual brush, and so it gets all kind of like warped and frayed. So Leafgel Premium doesn't have any of those issues because it doesn't have those solvent ingredients. And solvents are just basically air drying chemicals. It's usually put into a gel to keep it thin. So if it has any type of polish in it, that's what solvents are used for, to make sure that it air dries partially and also keeps those products thin inside the bottle. So that's one of the disadvantages of brands that do have solvents, and Leaf Gel specifically does not have them, which is really nice. So you don't have to worry about that.
Sweet. Okay.
I need your brain, Liz.
I have to address this. April, you don't want her brain.
You don't want my brain.
It never stops. Never stops. I had to. I just have to.
I know.
If you weren't going to address that, I was. So.
I know. I just really saw that. That's awesome. Hi, April. No, I am obsessed. You can tell I'm obsessed with product knowledge. And I really encourage you guys to get familiar with product knowledge. I would say, you know, when we compare nail techs, you know, especially in North America, for example, to like some of the Japanese nail artists that I really look up to, the one thing that makes a huge difference is product knowledge. Okay. So I know that we love doing nail art and we love colors and we love glitters and we love the fun stuff. But the thing that really ups your game is understanding why things happen the way that they do with our products. So once you actually start to understand those things and you start researching, like, you know, I mentioned several things on here, ultraviolet output, solvents, you know, things like that. Google this stuff, you know, start reading about what are gels made of, what are nail products made of, and how do they cure. That's really, really important to understanding how, you know, you can be really successful with any gel brand you pick up. And so, yes, there are advantages to certain gel lines over others. I mean, you might have never heard of Leafgel Premium, but I would put it up against any of the major brands that are out there that are well marketed, because it does have the quality over, you know, kind of that quantity and that brand recognition. So that's something to think about as you move into your nail career, especially like if you look up to the Neiru artists, you know, like Jasmine, I know, has amazing product knowledge. All of the artists on Neiru.me have amazing product knowledge. And that's why they're able to pick these different colors and these different gels and mix them together and make amazing nail art, because they understand their materials. They understand how to harness the potential of their materials. And that's really something that's important to your success as a nail technician. So that's why this thing is always, you know, hamster wheel is turning 24/7. So, yeah.
Here's a more product-specific question. Does sanding free mean we can apply the base coat direct to the nails without removing the nails? Is it the shine or
natural shine? Yeah. Okay, so sanding free is a really cool product. Sanding free base gel was intended to be something that creates excellent adhesion, but also is easy to remove. Okay, so Japanese gels, I'll go back to kind of, you know, Jasmine, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but Japanese gel formulations are intended to be worn longer than 2 weeks. Okay, so most girls, when they go get their nails done, they're wanting to wear their nails 5-6 weeks at a time. And you'll even see it with a lot of artists. You'll see their nail growing like halfway down their finger. But you know, they love it because the adhesion is there. And so sanding free was meant to be an excellent adhesion gel, especially for nails that are damaged. Maybe your client is recovering from peeling off a bunch of gel polish and their nails are really thin. So the sanding free is great for both applying on the natural nail without buffing. So it's kind of like a buffing free, sanding free type of gel. You just need to basically remove any oils on the nail plate, make sure it's nice and clean and dry. And the sanding free base coat will adhere to that nail plate really nicely. And it's also much easier to soak off than if you wanted the nails to last 5-6 weeks, okay? So if you want to have a 2-week gel client, but you want to use these types of gels, sanding free base is excellent. It's also excellent, like I said, for those damaged nails that need a little bit more adhesion and need some flexibility. If you are looking to have your nails last even longer than that, you can actually use the, we have Clear Plus, which is a base coat that's intended to also last much longer. It's got a little bit more of a durable feeling to it, kind of almost like a multi-purpose mixing gel, kind of, you know, it's got a little bit more of an overlay feel to it. So sanding free is great for, like I said, quick removal, excellent adhesion. How many coats for sanding free? Just one. I usually, you know, kind of use my brush and shimmy it into the nail plate. I don't just paint it on like nail polish. On the first base layer, I always kind of massage it into the nail plate so it really grabs all of those fibers in the nail. And then you can put color over it. You can put builder gel over it. You can do whatever you want. That base layer is just, you know, you're going to pick it based on what kind of nail you're working on and what type of, you know, lasting effect you want.
Okay. I'm going to take a Facebook question here. Do you want to read this one?
Which one? Does Leaf Gel have a builder gel? If so, what's the maximum length you can do?
Yes. So we have, it's called Sculpting Gel 2 because it's the second formulation that they've come out with. It is LED. So one thing I forgot to mention is Leaf Gel Premium, everything is LED and regular CCFL lamp curable. So if you have a traditional lamp, great. But everything's LED curable, including the builder gels. So yeah, we do have a builder gel. You can use whichever base you prefer. So you could use the sanding free under it. You could use the Clear Plus under it. And then the building gel, actually, it does feel hard. So when you do an extension, it does feel very hard. That's one thing that as a hard gel user, I was very impressed with the sculpting gel because it does offer that hardness and that durability in a soak-off formula. And really, I've done even stilettos with it. It really doesn't have a limit. It's not a soft, kind of flexible builder gel. It actually does feel very hard when you put it on. So I haven't found it's an issue with doing really long nails. Usually the reason why they have length limits on extension gels is because they're a very flexible formula. And so the longer the nail, the more you're going to feel that bending in the nail. So with the builder, the sculpting gel that we have in Leaf Gel, you can do stilettos if you want to, short lengths, overlays, whatever you prefer. And you can also use it for embedding. If you guys are doing embedding and you need something durable to put over, it's a great gel for that as well.
Sweet. Let's talk about shipping and getting your stuff out there. And I saw a couple questions, but I know somebody asked, is there a Canadian distributor? Somebody asked, do you have any issues getting it out to somewhere like Saudi Arabia? You handle Leaf Gel products through your shop, thenailhub.com.
Yeah.
Is there sort of any issues with the chemicals going into different countries?
So actually no, because Leafgel Premium is a solvent-free brand, it doesn't have a lot of those. So basically when gels have certain chemicals in them, they get flagged as hazardous goods or dangerous goods. And so the importation can be difficult. It does depend on your country though. Some countries, they don't want any nail products coming in and you have to have all kinds of crazy permits. It just depends. But we have shipped pretty much everywhere at this point. So the Nail Hub does ship globally. We are working on adding distributors as well. So we've got some people that are lined up to become distributors, but that's, you know, building as it comes. So, you know, if you guys are interested in being a distributor, you can always contact us. We'd be happy to talk to you and you guys could carry this product in your home country. And then we do ship everywhere. So if you're just looking to buy it in smaller quantities, we ship globally. The only thing I'll tell you is you might want to look into what the importation looks like. If there's a dollar limit, stuff like that, that's usually where the issues arise, is if you order, you know, $1,000 worth of gel, usually, you know, we have to make sure we ship it in a certain way so that you avoid a lot of those issues trying to import it. But it's hard to know every single country's laws. That's the only thing I can tell you is I know a lot of places that we've shipped to that we've had a lot of luck with. Some of the more difficult ones are like Israel is a little bit more difficult. Turkey's a little bit more difficult, but we definitely have figured out ways to work with customers. So pretty much everyone can order from the Nail Hub, right? I mean, we haven't had any.
Yeah, I would just,
like
I would suggest that you do some research on your end about just how to clear customs for something like that, because that's where, and then once it's out, you know, we have no control over it. Once it actually reaches the country and it's there, there's very little that we can do. So it's very important that that you figure out what it requires for you to be able to get your product from customs in your home country, because at that point there's very little that we can do. And like Liz says, you know, we can't know every single country's laws, right? So it would help you out. It would help us out if you do kind of your homework ahead of time as well, and then we'll do whatever we can on our end to make sure that everything goes through without a hitch.
Yeah, you can also, for those of you that do live in foreign countries and have a little bit of a difficult time ordering things online, one of the things I would recommend is find a broker that actually ships to your country. So if you go online and you Google like package broker or shipment broker, usually what you can do is you can have like for example, there's a bunch in the United States. And what we do is we ship the product to the broker. So there's like one in Florida, for example, that they hold the products for you, and they'll actually repackage everything and make sure everything is labeled exactly as needed for your particular country. So rather than, you know, having this guessing game of, I hope it makes it, I hope I'm able to get it, you know, over here. Broker services are awesome, and you can order things from all different parts of the world, and they'll make sure they actually get to you. And the broker services will usually insure those packages for you and help you with all of the customs processes. So if you guys are looking to get into that or you need help, brokers are a great way to go.
Because usually it's a problem of paperwork.
Yeah.
And that's stuff where you just put one wrong thing in the wrong line, and that's all it takes for it to be held for a month, right? Until
more. We sort of went through a bit of an issue with customs too. So yeah, it's good to familiarize yourself with what's going on, and but fingers crossed, hopefully you know, everything arrives safely.
Yeah, but yeah, we've shipped everywhere, so.
I'm gonna put a shameless plug in here, but if you guys do want to order Leaf Gel, make sure you use the discount code Neiru times Leaf Gel, and head over to thenailhub.com for a 10% discount.
Yep.
Now, Somebody asked, is there sort of a kit to sort of start off with if they're not sure what to purchase? I know Jasmine has put together, she's worked with you guys to put together a few kits. So that's also available on our shop, which is shop.neiru.me. Those are still available. They're sort of limited runs, and they're really good starter kits.
Yeah, your essentials kit is a really great place to start. It's got like the clear gels and everything. It's got like black and white, which is amazing. And then Jasmine came up with the Accents kit and then the Dreamy kit as well. So there's 3 kits that Jasmine came up with. And they actually have, I think, 5 gels or 6 gels in each one. But
6.
Yeah.
6, right? Yeah. So amazing, different kind of colors that Jasmine picked specifically to support a lot of the Neiru designs she likes to do and her favorite, kind of color schemes. And then also we have the Essentials kit that does come with the main clear gels, so you can try those out with the colors as well.
Yeah, sweet. Why don't we take another question here? Can you use leaf gel over acrylic?
Yes, you can use leaf gel over acrylic. Again, going back to kind of those tips and tricks, one thing I'll tell you about gel in general does not like to stick to shiny or really, really smooth surfaces, okay? So the thing that usually goes wrong with acrylic nail artists and gel nail art is that you guys are buffing your acrylic perfectly smooth before you go to apply your gel. Gel doesn't like that. It's gonna peel right off. So if you want to use acrylic as your base layer or as your extension, and you wanna be able to do gel nail art on top of it, make sure that you leave that acrylic slightly gritty, like 180 grit. Just file it 180 grit, leave it like that, go in with your base gel or your color gels and start painting right on that surface. It'll grip a lot better. Or you can use, like, for example, the sanding free base, because it is so high adhesion, it'll actually really help to grab that acrylic surface. So depending on the acrylic formula you use, some monomers tend to be a little bit more oily than others, and so it can be a little bit of an issue getting adhesion. So it's a good idea to leave it gritty, like I said, make sure the acrylic is nice and clean and dry with, alcohol, and then you can use a very high adhesion base like sanding free before you go in with your color and your nail art.
Sweet. Okay. Liz, do you want to sort of pick any other questions here that we have, or is there something that you sort of want to cover in general that you think that you get commonly asked?
Yeah, I think one of the ones I think we covered. Some of you were asking about hypoallergenic, and also is it safe for ladies who are pregnant? And so this is something that, okay, hypoallergenic usually means that it doesn't include a lot of those kind of solvent ingredients that we were talking about that kind of are more prone to causing allergies. And so Leaf Gel doesn't advertise their brand as hypoallergenic, but I would say that because it doesn't have a lot of those solvent ingredients, it probably would be better for people that are sensitive to some of the other brands that are out there. But the best way to answer questions like this, like if it's safe for pregnant women or if it's, if it's hypoallergenic, is to, first of all, make sure you're clear with your doctor. If you're worried about it, I mean, gels in general are great for pregnant women because there's no fumes. And so there's, none of that evaporating chemicals that are, in their space when they're getting their nails done. And also on the nail plate, we don't absorb chemicals through our actual nail plate. The issue arises when you're getting uncured gel on people's skin. So if you're cleaning people's nails and you're getting that uncured inhibition layer all over people's skin by the way you wipe the finger, if you're going up and down on their finger, that's what we really need to be conscious of as nail techs, is making sure that any uncured gel does not touch people's skin. That is where things go wrong. And if you're an acrylic artist, make sure you keep monomer off of people's skin. Our nail plate doesn't absorb chemicals and vitamins, but our skin does. And so you want to make sure that in order to avoid allergic reactions, keep it away from your skin. Don't ever clean your brush with your fingers. And also don't be sloppy with your application and getting it all over people's skin. That's where we get overexposure and we get allergic reactions. So if you have a client that is worried about it, or maybe they've had an allergic reaction in the past, the best thing is to make sure that their doctor says okay, just for your own liability coverage as a nail technician and as a service professional. And especially if you have diabetic clients or anybody that has health concerns, it's better to get the okay from their doctor rather than just taking their word for it. That's just my personal business recommendation. But I would say Leafgel Premium, because of the way they formulated it with their high quality pigments and also the solvent free formula, it's really great for people that are sensitive to other nail products. And then I think there was one other one on here that I saw that we hadn't covered yet. Oh, classes. So I want to talk a little bit about classes. A lot of you guys are asking about how do we get training on Leafgel and all of that. So classes, I'm actually working with Sean right now to build our education team. That has been in process for the last few weeks. And so we've got, we actually did a challenge with Neiru, which was awesome. And we got 3 amazing educators out of it that are Neiru members as well. And so we are going to be building our education team here in North America. If any of you guys are interested in being educators, we are still looking for people all across Canada, Mexico, and the United States. So if any of you guys are interested, you can contact either Jessey or me, and we would be happy to help you with that and get you started with applying. And the classes are going to start to be listed on leafgel.com. And also, Jasmine is going to be doing lessons inside of Neiru.me. And also, we've got amazing artists inside of Neiru.me that have already done Leafgel Premium lessons and nail art lessons with that Leafgel Premium gel. So we've got Rio and oh yeah, Namiko. Amazing designs with Leafgel Premium that we've already had them join the Neiru.me team of educators. And so if you guys are looking to get into learning how to use it, I mean, Neiru.me is a great place to start. All the online lessons that we have are bomb. I mean, you guys have a whole library of stuff. It's amazing.
That sort of ties into our little bonus that we were going to announce today. And do you want to hold it up? Jasmine is going to be hosting a Neiru online workshop. So,
oh, awesome.
We're focusing on
lines, marble, and ombre.
Awesome.
So we know that was a huge struggle that a lot of people had, and let us know about that. So she's going to be hosting a completely free 2-week workshop. It's a nail art workshop and challenge, and we're so happy to have Leafgel here to sponsor us as well. So there's some prizes to be won too by from Leafgel and a few other sponsors. So we're going to announce that today. If you do want to sign up, the link is
neiru.me/workshop.
Awesome.
So can head straight to there, drop your names in. Again, she is going to be teaching a few lessons. We're going to be only having about 1,500 seats available. So once that starts, once we fill up the 1,500, we're going to kickstart that workshop. And yeah, the sooner we fill that up, the better. And we're probably going to get a bunch of Leafgel questions. So if you guys do have Leafgel questions, we have a group just for this workshop. And I'm going to make sure Liz is in there as well so that she is on hand to answer any questions. And I know Jasmine will be there answering questions about Leafgel.
Yeah, for sure.
She's also very involved with Leafgel as well now.
Yeah, and I have to say, like, for those of you that are on here that haven't, you know, you guys haven't gone into Neiru.me before, you haven't done a workshop before, the free workshops are awesome. So the ones you guys have done in the past have been amazing, and people's nail art skills go from 0 to 60 in a matter of weeks. I mean, what's really cool is to see everyone that, you know, partakes in these workshops, you know, just out of personal experience watching this, because I'm always following all of our Neiru artists. You know, a lot of the people that are Neiru members, what they're doing in these workshops is, you know, they start out as someone who's never done this type of nail art before. You know, they're very uncomfortable posting pictures of their work, and it's amazing to see the before and afters of they started out and then they did all the nail art workshops and they started their Neiru.me membership, and then afterwards their nail art and their photography and everything they do is like amazing, like world-class nails. So if you guys don't know anything about Neiru, I really recommend you try out that workshop, because it helped me up my Japanese nail art skills, and just like even like the lines, marbles, and ombres, those fundamental techniques are, again, those things that take your nail art to another level. So I really encourage you guys to check it out if you haven't you know, tried those before.
Somebody was mentioning, you know, how do they up their knowledge? And before we start to talk about general knowledge, I know Liz is very involved, you know, outside of Neiru with her podcast. The Nail Hub is a great resource. So make sure you check that out on thenailhub.com, and you can find her podcasts on iTunes as well. I know you've got amazing videos on YouTube as well. And your course training inside of, I'll take this off the computer, inside of Neiru. I know you just recently launched a new course, and you've got this really awesome sort of path that we're following right now in terms of what students need to learn, you know, coming out of school and into the industry. And this sort of next couple months, you're working on how to find clients and how clients can find you.
Yeah.
And I know your last lesson, you know, for example, just your last lesson, you know, sort of a checklist of marketing materials that you need to have on hand. So it's really, really actionable lessons, very dense in content. So if you're interested to learn more from Liz, check out her free resources, you know, her podcast, her blog, her YouTube. And if you want to dive further in with Liz, do make sure you check out Neiru. She's under the pro membership. So yeah, no, that's, Liz is a wealth of knowledge for sure.
Oh, did we lose
We
them?
still on?
Yes. Are we getting cut off here?
It'll come back maybe.
Oh, Liz, can you hear us? Okay, well, while Liz is sort of, she can't hear the rest of us, I guess her computer might have froze. For you guys that are interested in joining the workshop, again, it's neiru.me/workshop. We only have 1,500 spaces. Our phone is kind of going crazy right now as people.
Oh, there it is. We're back.
Sorry, we lost you for 2 seconds.
No, that's okay. We could hear you, so I just
Okay.
talking here.
Sorry.
It's good you didn't say anything.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know. No, yeah. If you guys do want to check out, I mean, one of the cool things about Neiru, and I'll go back, right? This is the whole reason why I work with Jessey and Jasmine, and why, you know, Herman's on here with me, is that we really believe in what Jessey and Jasmine are doing. And you guys were actually, Jessey and Jasmine were on my podcast. If you guys want to listen to their episode,
oh my goodness,
like a year and a half ago, I interviewed you guys, and Jasmine talks about her experience, you know, starting out as a nail tech, coming over to Canada, and what it was like starting out with her business. And these guys have done amazing stuff in the last couple of years. I've been working with you guys for a long time now, and just seeing where we were and where we've come is really cool. But we're really dedicated to helping, you know, I think all four of us, right? Why we do what we do is we're really dedicated to helping nail technicians that are coming after us, right? That we want to help you guys with your businesses. We want to help you with your nail art skills. We know firsthand, Jasmine and I know firsthand what it's like to work in a salon and to build clientele and to work on people and all of the challenges that comes with. And, you know, Jessey is a marketing professional. He understands everything about building businesses and running them. Herman is also a business professional, customer service and management. So we all understand what it takes to be successful in any industry. And being a nail technician is even more difficult because we're dealing with such an emotional, you know, type of experience, right? It's very intimate. We're expected to do amazing nail art. We're expected to be psychologists. We're expected to be mind readers and you know, all of this stuff. And so a lot of you guys are struggling because you see all of these amazing things out there on Facebook, on Instagram. You're like, I don't understand how to have a business like that. I don't understand how to be a nail tech like that. I don't understand the steps I need to take to get there where I want to be. And so that's what Neiru is all about, is we do everything from nail art lessons with amazing, amazing Japanese educators to the business lessons that Jessey and I work on to make sure that not only are you guys able to perform in the salon as a nail tech and do all of the amazing nail stuff, but you're also able to charge appropriately for all of that amazing nail art. You know how to advertise yourself. You know how to invest in products. You know how to, you know, all of those things. So if you guys are really struggling with stuff like that, everything is in one place. It's all inside of the Neiru.me library, and we've got the pro section that comes with nail art and with business. So that's, I mean, that's what we've been working on for over a year now, and it's, you know, it's our mission in life to help you guys.
I know that somebody, I'm sure there are a lot of people that are wondering what the discount code was. I didn't hold it up long enough. Again, if you're interested in Leafgel, make sure you head to thenailhub.com and you can use the discount code that gives you a 10% off your order, which is Neiru X Leafgel. Yep. Is that right? It's X, not a, yeah, it's an X.
Yep, X, yep.
And yeah, make sure you check it out. If you are interested in trying you know, a kit, Jasmine has worked with Liz and you guys over at Leafgel to curate a little kit. I know the Essentials kit is quite a good kit. You can check that out at shop.neiru.me. That's Neiru.me.
Yep.
So we're coming up to the end of the hour here, Liz. Any sort of final words? Does anybody sort of have any last minute questions? I know that we've got a lot of questions here, and we tried to sort of group them as best as possible. I don't think there's any way that we can get through all these questions. Any sort of last sort of comments, questions from anybody, or Liz, yourself, Herman?
Do you have anything to add?
No, we're really excited to keep collaborating with you guys. It's a big part of what we're trying to do here, so we really appreciate it. It's very important for us to be able to help as many people avoid the pitfalls of all the stuff that we had to go through, and I know you guys had to go through as well. So it's really also a passion for us to not just the creative side of things, but also being able to make a living out of your passion.
Yeah,
right?
We both quit corporate America to be in this industry. So we know exactly what it's like firsthand to start from scratch. 5 years ago, I left what I did and I started a nail salon. I had no idea how to do anything in the nail industry. And, 5 years later, I'm doing all of this amazing stuff.
We learned the hard way, so you don't have to.
Yeah. We were your guinea pigs, so now you can avoid all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So
same with us on our side too. What I find really funny is a lot of people that are transitioning into the nail industry come from either an accounting or an engineering background.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there a reason for that?
I don't know. I'm a finance and electrical engineer person, so I think it's because of the detailness. I love the details of the nail industry. I love the beauty of the artistry. And it's an amazing business to be a part of. I mean, you can have anyone be their own business owner in this industry, right? Like you could be a teeny tiny, salon inside of a closet that just operates by yourself as a nail technician, and you can do really well with that. I mean, it doesn't have to be these huge giant salons with hundreds of nail techs.
Yeah.
And so that's what I think is so cool is you can decide to be your own boss tomorrow as a nail technician and really, get to the point where you're making 6 figures or more if you run things properly. So I think the potential behind something like that is amazing, to be an entrepreneur. And it's just a matter of harnessing all of that potential.
Right. Now, one more time, I've seen a lot of questions about classes, next Leafgel class in California, whatnot. If they're interested about classes or becoming a distributor, they should email you. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely. So you guys can hit me up. So our Nail Hub email is sales@thenailhub.com. So if you guys email us there, Herman and I are the only 2 people that see those emails, so don't worry about that. Sales@thenailhub.com. You guys can email us. We'd be happy to help you out. And normally we're going to be posting everything on the usual places. We've got I would recommend you guys follow all 3 of us because we always help each other post. That way you're sure to see it. So follow Leafgel. We've got Leafgel USA, the Instagram, and also we've got the Leafgel Facebook page, leafgel.com. We're also going to be posting everything on there. And then everything under the Nail Hub is just at the Nail Hub. So if you guys follow me on the Nail Hub, you'll see me post a whole bunch of stuff coming up. We've got, like I said, we've got 5 educators here in North America. 3 of them are Neiru members, which is freaking awesome. So you guys can definitely stay tuned for their classes coming up soon. I know that we've got a couple ladies that are going to be posting classes in the US coming up. Yep. And if you want to become an educator, if you want to apply for that, or like I said, if you guys are looking to be a distributor in your country or in your area, please email us, sales@thenailhub.com. We'd be happy to talk to you about it.
And if some of you guys, again, are interested in learning, what Leafgel is like in action, Jasmine's going to be running her workshop. It's a completely free 2-week workshop. You can sign up today. We just opened the gates right before we jumped in here.
I'm signing up.
That's Neiru, Neiru.me/workshop. And there's going to be a Facebook group just for this workshop. So make sure you join us there. We're really happy to have Leafgel as one of our sponsors and involved with this. But, like I said, Jasmine's also certified to use Leafgel, and she's going to be teaching with that.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to be doing lots of giveaways and stuff for people that partake in Neiru events. So the workshop, we're going to have some special stuff for people that are a part of that workshop. And we're going to have a lot more of collaborations going forward. So definitely stay engaged because we've got some awesome stuff coming.
Yeah. And I know some of you guys are asking, will we be able to view this after? Yes, we're going to be capturing this, and then we're going to be placing it on the Neiru blog. We'll probably have it inside of our Facebook somewhere as well. So stay posted. Probably by the end of the day on neiru.me/blog, you'll be able to find this recording there, as well as on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/neiru.me. That's a lot of links we put out today.
I know. You guys can do it. You can do it.
All right. Well, it's great chatting with both you guys. I know you guys are sort of out of town right now, and we're wishing you guys have a great and relaxing time. I know you guys are going to continue to work, and so are we. But we'll stay in touch, and we'll see all of you guys online.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.